Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I am Sally Limis. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The Commonwealth mourns the loss of one of its founding fathers. Also tonight, police arrest a man who they believe tried to burn down a once popular watering hole. And an audit of the CNMI government is about as bad as you can get, and that's for year 2020. In sports, high school paddlers take to the waters for opening day for Outrigger. Stay with us, we have these stories and more up next.
What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. She said, where you going? What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. What's the move?
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Monday, February 6, 2023. The Office of the Public Auditor has posted the NMI's 2020 financial audit, and insiders say it could be the worst set of books in the history of the Commonwealth. The audit period was for year-end September 2020. The auditor, Deloitte, has issued disclaimers or adverse opinions on just about every unit of the CNMI government. Adverse or disclaimer means the auditor has concluded that the financial report is not materially correct, or that the auditor cannot conclude due to the inability to gather audit evidence and that the financial report cannot be relied upon. It appears that tens of millions of dollars in questionable expenses were made. OPA has posted the document on its website. If the NMI illegally or inappropriately misspent federal money, the feds can ask for it back. The old Round 2 bar in Garapan went up in flames on Thursday. The suspect behind the fire appeared in court this morning. 41-year-old Aurelio Rayong is being charged with arson and related offenses. Fire investigators believe Rayong set the fire intentionally at the former Round 2 bar in Garapan last Thursday. Bail is set at $10,000. A fire report states a one-story semi-concrete structure in Garapan sustained moderate to severe heat and smoke damage. A video taken by a witness near the area captured Rayong exiting the property shortly after the fire began. After reviewing the video, police met with Rayong, who admitted that he entered the property to drink and threw his cigarette on a pile of papers and trash. Rayong was arrested and transported to the Department of Corrections. Also in court, jury trial is set for a local male who allegedly strangled a female victim and broke her nose. A new charge was picked up by 40-year-old Benigno Muñoz Sablan, who now faces 2 counts of assault and battery, strangulation, and disturbing the peace. Sablan pleads not guilty to the charges. Judge Joseph Camacho has set a jury trial for June 5th, 2023. Sablan was granted parole on July 2022 and was on probation when the latest incident occurred. According to court documents, on January 2nd of this year, a female victim told police that she was asleep and woke up to Sablan punching and slapping her face. The victim says Sablan then placed his left knee on her chest, keeping her down, and strangled her with both of his hands. The victim says she couldn't breathe and passed out for more than 5 seconds. Once she awoke, she screamed for help and Sablan then fled the scene. The victim says Sablan didn't say anything to her at all during the attack. A responding officer noted his observation of bruisings on the victim's face, left arm, and neck. Sablan was serving time for possession of a controlled substance, assault and battery, and theft before being released on parole last year. Flags were lowered to half-staff today to mark the respect for the passing of one of the CNMI's founding fathers, Edward de Leon Guerrero Pangilinan. Edward de Leon Guerrero Pangilinan is remembered as one of the pillars on which the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands was built on. Pangilinan was chairman of the Marianas Political Status Commission, which negotiated the island's covenant to establish a political union with the United States back in the 1970s. Pangilinan was also the first elected resident representative from the NMI to the U.S. House of Representatives. In a joint statement from Governor Arnold Palacios and Lieutenant Governor David Apatang, they joined the people of the Marianas in mourning the loss of Mr. Pangilinan. They state the legacy of his advocacy on behalf of the people will endure, and the impact of his service to the public continues to benefit these islands till today. House Speaker Edmund Villagomez tells us how he will remember Pangilinan.
When we talk about founding fathers, he was definitely one of them. Allowing, given the opportunity to negotiate our covenant and all those documents and agreements that helped establish the Commonwealth. He was definitely one of those leaders and figures that led that movement, and we're very grateful for all he's done.
Villagomez says the fruits of his labors is evident today.
I think the document that they worked on and the negotiating and all that is, it's very fair. It still gives us an open door to, communicate with, of course, the U.S. Being a Commonwealth. It's our relationship is a little more unique. Allows us the opportunity to self-govern, probably more so than like our sister island south of us, Guam, and other territories. And from there we're able to do our constitution and also protect our indigenous rights as well, also incorporating the laws and the Constitution of the United States as well.
Pangilinan passed away at the age of 81 in Maryland, USA. All right, coming up, tourism officials meet tomorrow to discuss finance and projects. And could satellites bring internet to the Northern Islands soon? More news is next.
fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month, plus a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They're an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. The MVA board will meet tomorrow morning to discuss withering finances. The MVA Board of Directors will meet at 9 a.m. Tuesday at the MVA office in Garapan. Board Chairwoman Viola Aliputu has tendered her resignation. Vice Chairwoman Gloria Kavanagh will call the meeting to order. Several of the board members met last week with Governor Palacios to get a better sense of the expected financial picture. MVA committed to a spending plan based on ARPA money that has not materialized, and several contracts that are committed to are in peril. MVA was previously funded by a hotel tax that went directly to MVA. That was suspended during COVID, and the agency is now in flux as it attempts to fund the restart of tourism promotions. Direct service to and from Japan is funded in part with a revenue guarantee provided by MVA. Out with the old and in with the new. KSPN speaks with the new mayor for the Northern Islands and his vision for the next 4 years. According to the Northern Islands Mayor Val Tysican, a proposal to install satellite broadband in the Northern Islands is in the works. This is one of his first projects as mayor. Tysican states he is currently meeting with an investor and is setting up a test site here on Saipan and one of the islands.
It's going to be mostly for the safety, with communication between the office. Right now we're using outdated radios, so I'm looking at upgrading it to, real-time, teleconference.
The current mode of communication is through handheld radios. Tysican says there are days when transmission is slow and difficult to understand. His talks with the investor includes cost of overall installation and plans for each island.
Right now I'm looking at Lamagan, Pagan, and Agrigan for all 3 islands.
Right now there are 5 residents on the island of Agrigan and 3 on Alamagan. No residents on Pagan today since the eruption last year. As mayor, Tysican has several projects he would like to see happen under his tenure.
I'm looking at a more sustainable system, the buildings, infrastructure where, for typhoons, when we have storms, people have somewhere to go, reliable transportation, and of course our communication. And I'll be working closely with MVA and OPD to work on ecotourism in the Northern Islands.
A trip to Alamagan, which is the first stop, takes about 16 to 18 hours by boat. Expanding the transportation availability is also one of the things Mayor Tysican has in mind.
Previous mayors have it at 3 months, every 3 months they'll head out. I'll try and cut it short, depending on my budget too, and I'm gonna have to justify everything again, and I'm looking at shortening up the period, maybe a month and a half to 2 months.
A proud resident of the Northern Islands, Tysican says there is much to offer up north.
It's the beauty of those islands, it's pristine. Yeah, it's so nice, and touch. Here you have to go out far to go fishing. Out there, you just stand on the beach, you catch big fish, and we have animals too, wild boars, cattle, and that's gonna help the people too, because we can, with the cattle and the boars, we can control them, because right now they're overpopulated.
The mayor would like to see more tourism activity up north, as well as support for the residents on the island. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. We have sports up next.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
The Tan Su Lin Foundation promotes the culture of giving back. The foundation and its generous partners are committed to supporting programs that include health, education, and sports. Initiatives that promote arts and culture, the environment, and tourism will benefit our community and our residents. Giving back and making a difference will help ensure that the island paradise we call home will be a better place to live.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
High school paddlers met on the water over the weekend for the first day of interscholastic Va'a racing competition. Let's check it out. The CNMI Public School System's interscholastic outrigger canoe race kicked off on Saturday at the Kilili Beach in Susupi. The 3 participating high schools are Saipan Southern, Marianas High, and Cagman High, all in the running for championships set for this coming March. Saturday's event was pretty much a day to check out the competition, as no points were given out to the teams just yet. Saipan Southern dominated the men's 1,000-meter race by completing all 3 laps in just 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Second place is MHS with a time of 6 minutes and 27 seconds. Cagman High finished third with only 1 second behind MHS. In the women's 1,000-meter distance, MHS ruled this division by completing all 3 laps in 7 minutes and 9 seconds. Saipan Southern coming in second with a time of 7 minutes and 44 seconds. Third place, Cagman High, who finished the race only a fraction of a second after Southern. Meanwhile, in the co-ed 1,000-meter distance, Saipan Southern won this division with a time of 6 minutes and 40 seconds. 13 seconds right behind Southern High is MHS for the second place. And third place is Kagman High, who finished the third and final lap in 7 minutes and 13 seconds. Here's more information about this event from the man who is the brain behind all these PSS sports activities, Mr. Nick Gross.
Well, this is Nick Gross down at Kalili Beach with our opening day of the interscholastic high school VA season, or outrigger as we locally know it. Working very close with the National Paddle Sport Federation, and it's an annual event that we've been able to continue doing and providing for the kids that's culturally responsive and down here on the beach. And so once again, this is our no point day, so the day to kind of work out the kinks, make sure that our teams are ready to go, and next week we'll officially kick off the points for this year's season. And so as you can see, we've got a gorgeous day and a big crowd down here supporting the cause, and we're looking forward to a fantastic season.
Gross is very optimistic that some of these paddlers will be representing the NMI in the Micronesia Games and Pacific Games later this year, and the Pacific Mini Games that will be held in Palau in 2025.
As far as regional competitions that are going to be coming up, hopefully these kids, this is the idea, is that we're developing the next layer of athletes. So I don't know how many of these guys will be in the Marshall Islands for the micro games or in the Solomon Islands for the Pacific Games, but 2025 is right around the corner. Palau will be hosting the Pacific Mini Games, and then we got Tahiti in 27, and this is surely the group of kids, I think, that could be fighting all of our old veterans for those seats in the boat.
And let's check out the highlights from this inaugural event.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goat's Gym, and today we're going to be going over the leg press. Now I have here with me is Vince, and he's going to show you how to execute it properly in 2 different ways. A common mistake that you'll often see is leaving your hands free, either up here or on your lap. I strongly recommend you holding onto the sled and create that tension in the upper body, which then allows you to create more range of motion. So with his current foot placement, he was feeling it on his legs, his quads. Now with a simple adjustment by placing his foot a little higher on the platform and his toes pointed out slightly, he's going to transfer that tension, which was previously on his legs, onto his hamstrings and glutes. Again, he's gonna grab onto the sled, creating that bracing effect up here.
And for your KSPN weather report, partly sunny with scattered showers, east-northeast wind around 21 miles per hour, with gusts as high as 28 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with isolated showers, breezy with an east wind 20 to 23 miles per hour with gusts up to 31 miles per hour. High 86, low 77. The humidity is at 70%. Tomorrow, partly sunny with isolated showers, east wind 16 to 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 25 miles per hour. High 87, low 78. The rip current statement: dangerous rip currents on the east facing reefs of the Marianas through late Tuesday night. Rip currents can sweep even the best swimmers away from shore into deeper water. Rip risk may briefly decrease to moderate on Wednesday. However, east swell through the weekend will likely prolong the high risk of rip currents. For your marine forecast, combined seas of 6 to 8 feet will build an additional 1 or 2 feet late this week as trade swell strengthens and a longer period north swell makes it to the region. East wind 15 to 20 knots with occasional gusts to 30 knots. Wind waves 3 to 4 feet, east swell 5 to 7 feet. The sunrise will be at 6:45 a.m. High tide 7:32 p.m., low tide 2:47 p.m., and the sunset 6:17 p.m. And that does it for your Monday edition of the news, sports, and weather. Thank you so much for watching the Channel 2 News. We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday for more.